Well, first and foremost, I just wanted to thank y'all for having me back out. I had a blast last year, so I've kind of had this date circle on my calendar to just get back out and sort on your kiddos for the week. But we'll get right into the goats, and I think an absolutely incredible way to go ahead and get this goat show kicked off. This young man's pant wither is just pretty hard to ignore in terms of that one's chest width. The size of his forearm and features incredible, and then you get on top of that guy. He's massive out of the backside of his shoulder, big in terms of his hip. He gets around the ring, he's starting to fight the young man just a little bit, but if you start to read that guy's skeleton and his angles, oh man, he's more than appropriate there. I think a way good one to go ahead and start. And then I thought it got a nickel closer between 2, 3, and 4. But the young lady's whether that's going to end up in second probably just has my second favorite pieces in terms of the length of that one's blade and how picked up he is in terms of his chest. He's neat in terms of his neck attachment, really modern and progressive in terms of his lower body balance. I like the way that guy's hip sits in terms of being opened up and level at the same time. We start to compare him back to our winner. There's just not enough goat there in terms of forearm and feature, and then you get right on top of those goats. He just kind of gets swallowed up relative to the one that wins, but man, I think an awfully nice project to end up in second. I thought a lot of really intriguing pieces here in third. I really like just how picked up this one is in terms of his body type, really round and athletic in terms of his body shape. You put your hands on that guy, fresh and square in his shape up high, really good in terms of that guy's lower quarter and stifle. We start to dig into some of his skeletal things, and maybe we could redesign his hind leg just a little bit in terms of its aesthetic. We're a little bit sharper there in our hock. And then when we get out in motion, probably just don't quite use our shoulder and knee to the level that I think we should. Man, intriguing one to end up in third. And I thought the one that was going to be fourth actually resembled the young lady's whether in second the most in terms of that one's just balance and proportions from the side. You put your hands on that guy, he's just a little bit softer and staler over his edges. I wish we could just amp that guy up in terms of his muscle shape because I think all his parts and pieces are in the right areas. Really, really good one to end up in fourth. And then I thought a really meat and potatoes kind of dough kid to end up here in fifth. I like this one's extension up front, really progressive in terms of that one's lower body balance, more than flexible enough. But like I mentioned, relative to the other ones in the class, just kind of gets out-wolfed and out-powered in terms of just muscularity and feature. Really, really high-quality class. Excited to get into the rest. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Your fifth high individual for Class 1 is Dylan Lamont. Your fourth high individual, Brett May Anderson. Third high, Easton Nelson. Your second place for Class 1, Posey Jones. And your first place individual for Class 1, Tyson Lamont.
In the show ring, every detail matters.
At Adams Wealth Advisors,
your details
matter to us. Whether you are purchasing a car, buying a home, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, American Family Insurance will help you protect your dream.
There are still places in America where the values that built this country are alive and well, where working livestock and family pets are at the very heart of our community. This is Box Elder County. For over 50 years, Bear River Animal Hospital has been honored to care for the animals that make this community what it is. Because around here, they're more than animals. They're our way of life. Bear River Animal Hospital. Proud to serve the community we call home.
maybe just a little bit tougher of a set to sort through. We got lots of different parts and pieces going on, but the young ladies, whether out front, he was always going to win in terms of just the first 2 steps that guy took in. He grabs your attention in terms of just how spread open he is in terms of his sternum. That guy's huge in his forearm. Obviously, he's dialed in terms of just presentation. My hat's off to the people behind the scenes because it takes a lot to get one put together looking like that. I think a really, really good way to go ahead and start. From there is where it gets tough, in my opinion. The young man's Doe Kid just puts the most good together from there on. In my opinion, I think in terms of being opened up underneath, really round and good in that one's body type. And then that one's muscle system is probably my second favorite in terms of just firmness and freshness. The biggest thing on her is I just wish she could rearrange her design and build just a little bit. We'd like to just dial her back a little bit in terms of her shoulder, give her just a little bit more flex and comfort built into her hind leg. But man, a really powerful, still good looking one to end up in second. Young Lady's Weather in third kept growing on me because I think he's just so complete when you step off to the side of him. All his pieces and balance fits together. I think from a build standpoint, he's acceptable. You just get right on top of that guy relative to the 2 that beat him. There's just not enough goat there comparatively. I wish we could just open that guy up right behind his shoulder, make him a little bit square in terms of his loin. Man, I think a nice project to end up in third. And then I thought it was particularly close between 4 and 5. I do think that Doe Kid just comes with a little bit more power, a little bit better right there in terms of that one's rib cage. Getting behind him, a lot more go in terms of just pin set and then to the lower leg and stifle. We could maybe fix that one just a little bit in terms of that one's design. We could fix her in her neck attachment, amplifier at the surface in terms of foot size and feature, but a nice one to end up in fourth. And the young lady that's going to round out the class, another meat and potatoes kind of a goat. I like his extension up front. Really comfortable when you watch that guy get out in motion, organized in the skeletal system. There's not enough goat there in terms of that one's rib cage. And when you step in behind him, really high quality class, good winner. Let's put our hands together for him.
Your 5th high individual for Class 2 is Zoe Gibbs. Your 4th high individual, Andrew Fowler. Your 3rd high individual, Emmy Searle. Your 2nd high individual, Eli Thompson. And your 1st high individual for Class 2, Lucy Ray Schaefer.
Big J Milling has high-quality wheat flours for the baking industry. They specialize in providing top-grade flour for commercial bakeries, bakery and restaurant distributors, as well as home bakers.
Since 1975, Bob's Body Shop has been a family-owned business, serving Tremonton and the surrounding communities. From dents and collision damage to complete body repairs and glass replacement, we're here to get you back on the road with quality work and hometown service. For nearly 5 decades, we've treated our customers like family and are proud to call Tremonton home. Bob's Body Shop, family-owned and community-trusted since 1975. Call us today.
Well, another really fun set to sort from 2 all the way down. I think it gets relatively close from that standpoint. Like I mentioned last class, there's lots of parts and pieces going on, but one thing always stayed certain, and this young lady's whether out front was going to win. That thing's opened up and powerful. I love that thing's presence and proportions from the side. That's another one we could throw the book at in terms of not only presentation, but also confirmation as well. Really, really good one to go ahead and win. From there on is where I think it gets just a little bit trickier. These young ladies, go in second. I think probably just puts the most good together from thereafter. That one's opened up and really tight in terms of its blade. Wedge is good and progressive from there back into its flank, and then hands on. That one's probably my second favorite in terms of being opened up, still fresh enough, hard enough in terms of that one's shape. Where we could change this one ever so slightly is that one's build. We just start to get a little bit disorganized in some places. Make that one just a little bit neater right there at the base of her blade. And then I wish that one's hind leg just operated with a little bit more comfortability. But man, a really, really good project to end up in second. From here on, I really, really contemplated, but the young ladies painted up one. I ended up in third, in my opinion. Next best in terms of chest width, size of forearm and feature, yet still putting together a proportional image from the side. Where that one gets beat is hands on. We wish we could just get that one a little bit fresher to the edges of that one's top. I wish we could just take a little bit of that composition back out of its forerib, because I think a really, really nice, powerful doe kid to end up in third. Young man's doe kid that's in fourth hits me pretty hard from the outside looking in when he gets that thing dialed. One that I like in terms of extension up front, really proportional and balanced from the side. We can make that one just a little bit stouter at the surface in terms of foot size and feature. We can make that one just a little bit broader over its back, but a nice one to end up in fourth. And the young ladies, that's going to round out the top 5. One that I think has really, really high quality pieces. I like this one's length of blade and how neat it is in terms of its neck attachment. Progressive in terms of that one's lower body balance. But man, that thing's spine is just starting to disrupt its look and eye appeal from the side. And then relative to the ones that beat it, just not near as much spread and power. Really high quality set. Let's put our hands together for them.
From our third class of our lightweight division, your 5th high individual, Ashton Meyer. Your 4th high individual, Hiram Worthen. Your 3rd high individual, Marley Morris. Your 2nd high individual, Jesse Elison. And your 1st high individual from class 3, McCall Mackey.
C&K Construction has been building homes for northern Utah families for over 25 years. Their experience and expertise ensure things get done right. Let C&K Construction build the house while you make it a home.
Central Milling's Collinston facility is one of the hardest working places in their supply chain. Grain comes in by rail and truck, moves into dedicated silos, and gets milled on site. Every step is designed for efficiency, traceability, and consistency. From inbound to outbound, quality is protected at every stage. The flour leaving this facility ends up in bakeries across the country every single day.
Is Lucy Ray Schaefer and Eli Thompson. Our class 3 is McCall Mackey and Jesse Elison.
apologize for taking a little bit longer, but decisions like this are just pretty hard to make. I know I went talked to each individual in class, but I'll come back out and just kind of put you where my mind is. A young man's painted weather out front. That thing's still good relative to his class. He's opened up. He's still fresh and firm when you put your hands on him. He still balances from the side. He's starting to be a little bit of a turd out here, so it's kind of trouble for the young man getting him put together, but his quality still stands true. The young lady out of the middle class, so one that I really, really like in terms of that one's neck attachment and how he shoots that thing out of the top side of his blade. That thing's really good in terms of that one's top line balance, right out of the back side of his shoulder. Really, really good in terms of that one's proportions. I wish we could just fix that one's hook just a little bit. That one's jump muscle's just a little bit coarse, just a little bit steep out of our hip, and then we get in behind this goat. And I wish he could just open up a little bit more. I wish there was just a little bit more natural clearance from behind. But man, one that I like in terms of that one's silhouette from the side, one that I like in terms of that one's just true handle. And then the young lady that won our most recent class, that thing's opened up and powerful. I love how bulky that goat is. Really high quality in terms of that one's construction of its hip and its hind leg. There's just a couple things I'd like to change on this guy. Wish he just hooked up a little bit stronger right behind his shoulder, and then you watch that guy turn and go, and he starts to roll his hock ever so slightly. So we kind of have just a little bit of a debate. Kind of hard to hide my poker face, but I think it comes down to two of them. They couldn't be more different in their type and kind. I'll set you down the mic. Go ahead and get your grand in reserve, and then I'll place them after that.
Our lightweight division top six. In sixth place, we have Eli Thompson. Fifth place, Jesse Elison. Fourth place, Posey Jones. Third place, Tyson Lamont. Your reserve champion for the lightweight division, Lucy Schaefer. Mackey.
This week at the Box Elder County Fair, we ask that nobody opens this door.
Do not sit on this bed.
Absolutely do not open this fridge.
And under no circumstances should you ask what this critter costs.
Fine, you can do all of it. Just come see us August 26th to the 29th at the Box Elder County Fair.
Reinhardt, Quincy Rhodes, Roper Anderson, Jovi Kapner, and Aspen Bishop.
another high quality set. And this young lady's weather out front, just in terms of presentation, presence, and eye appeal, that thing wins pretty handily in my mind. That one's more than opened up enough in terms of that one's chest width. I like that one's lower body balance and the way that one's hip is constructed in terms of being up and still opened up. And then hands on. That guy's just kind of in a level of his own in terms of just freshness while still being opened up. Really, really good one to go ahead and win. I thought it got particularly close between 2 and 3. I don't think they could be more different in their type and kind. I think the young man's weather is just a little bit neater looking. When you step off to the side of him, I like that guy's extension. He's still picked up in terms of his chest, modern in terms of that one's lower body balance, and then probably has my favorite hip and hind leg in terms of just comfortability and posture as well. We start to compare him back to our winner. He's not nearly as fluffy in terms of that one's forearm. That one just kind of gets overwhelmed in terms of muscularity and power. Really good one to end up in second. But like I mentioned, I thought it was close between him and this young man's goat in third. I like that one in terms of his chest width and power. That guy's opened up and massive behind his shoulder, square in terms of his loin. You just step off to the side of him, and from a balance and design standpoint, just isn't quite in the same league as the two ahead of him. A little bit longer right there in terms of our blade, a little bit steeper and shorter in terms of our hip. Consequently, we start to camp that hind leg up underneath of ourselves. But like I mentioned, really powerful one to end up in third. Young man's weather in fifth just kind of grew on me as the class kept going on. There's not just a whole lot wrong with him in terms of that guy's functional out in motion. He's opened up in terms of his just his true skeleton, and then he still balances when you step off to the side of him. There's just a couple nitpicky things that ends up getting him beat. I wish he was just a little bit smoother right there at the base of his shoulder. Wish he hooked up stronger in terms of that guy right behind his shoulder. And then I wish we could just smoothen him in terms of his top line balance. But a nice high quality one to end up in fourth. And the young lady's doki, that's going to be fifth. Another one that's just meat and potatoes in her kind. She balances from the side, still flexible out in motion. Wish we could just make that one a little bit fresher and neater in her image and handle. Really, really high quality set. Let's put our hands together for him.
From Class 4, in 5th place, we have Emery Thacker. In 4th place, William Stevens. In 3rd place, Brock Griffin. Your 2nd place, Roper Anderson. And your class winner, Quincy Rhodes.
Daisy Pack. Let us meet your expectations. Located in Garland, Utah.
Use Elison Trucking for all your trucking needs. They are big enough to serve, small enough to care. Elison Trucking in Tremonton is a proud supporter of the Box Elder County Fair.
The Utah FFA Association wishes all those involved in this year's county fair good luck.
There's a lot to know when it comes to buying insurance. That's why it's important to have an independent agent looking out for you and your family. Whatever you're looking to protect, Advanced Insurance Services can help. Let Sherry Pally help make sure you have the right coverage and are getting all the discounts you deserve. She can shop several carriers to find the company that is right for you. Call for a free insurance review today.
Well, an awfully interesting class to get put together in terms of just lots of different parts and pieces, like I'd mentioned in a couple of the other classes. But this young lady's weather out front is just pretty overwhelming in terms of true power and still putting together a still high quality image. I love that thing's chest width. He's still tucked up in terms of his blade, modern and progressive in terms of his lower body balance. But man, when you put your hands on that guy, he's absolutely massive and still fresh and hard out of the backside of his shoulder, massive in terms of his loin. Maybe from just a build standpoint, we can make that guy a little bit more flexible, a little bit more organized. But man, outside of that, I think an awfully good one to go ahead and win. And from here on, I think it gets really, really close. The young lady's weather in second just kind of kept growing on me when I start to dissect his pieces. I like this guy's arrogance and presence up front. Young lady's doing an awesome job getting the most out of him. And then you put your hands on him. He's round and athletic in terms of his rib cage. That allows him to still be fresh and square up high. He too has a couple just skeletal differences that I'd like to change. I wish he was a little bit smoother in terms of his shoulder. I wish he operated it out of his hind leg just a little bit more comfortably, but definitely lots of high quality pieces found in him. And then the young man's doe kid that's going to be third. I think that thing's more than opened up enough in terms of that one's chest width and power. Really good in that one's body shape. Still more than enough mass just up high. But at the same time, I wish that I could just freshen her up a little bit in terms of her neck attachment. Cool her down just a little bit in terms of her composition. But man, a really powerful one to end up in third. I thought this young lady's blonde-headed weather was really, really good when he came in terms of that one's height of shoulder and extension up front. I love that guy's proportions and design from the side. I just get right on top of him, and relative to the ones that beat him, I just wish he was a little bit better in the turn to his forerib, a little bit more massive just through his body, because I think just from the side and from a build and balance standpoint, that guy could have definitely moved up a little bit. But man, a really, really high quality one to end up there. And then these young man's colored up weather, that's going to round out the top five. Probably just the most intriguing relative to the class. I love this guy out in motion. He's my favorite in terms of just keeping his skeleton extremely organized. He's really comfortable in just the way that he operates in motors. You start to step off to the side and compare him to the top four. I don't quite know if that guy's neat enough in terms of his shoulder and his chest. Don't quite know if that guy has enough true power to really compete. But man, an awesome class. Let's put our hands together for him.
Coming from Class 5, your 5th place, Hazen Stewart. Your 4th place, Seeley Kapner. Your 3rd place, Weston White. Your 2nd place, Aspen Bishop. And your class winner, Sawyer Mackey.
Hoffman AI Breeders has been serving the cattle industry for over 38 years. They are a proud supporter of this year's Box Elder County Fair.
Brittany Francis is a local and trusted mortgage loan officer with Guild Mortgage here in Tremonton. Give her a call with any purchase, refinance, or new build questions. Authorized to do loans in Utah and Idaho, she wants to wish good luck to all exhibitors this week with their projects. Own what matters.
JC's Country Diner is under new local management, but has the same great country charm so you can savor the flavor.
After this class, we'll be doing our middleweight division drive. Class 6 consists of Rylan Richens, Jack Searle, Blakely Marble, Ashlyn John, Liberty Cummins, Ella Thompson, Ellie Scott, Drew King, Cassie Hendricks, Kate Schaefer, Macy Dixon, Camry Lundgreen, and Weston Peebley.
Man, awesome class, and I thought it got particularly close between the two up top. I don't think that they could be more different just in their type and kind, but the young ladies, whether out front, just hit me so hard initially in terms of that one's chest width, that one's presentation, and then his views right there. When you step off to the side of him, young lady's doing an awesome job getting that guy's neck up out of his shoulder. He's got just really, really put together, and then on top of that, you get on top of that guy, massive and still hard and firm to the touch. Really, really good one to go ahead and win. I thought the young lady's weather in second was incredibly intriguing in his type and kind relative to the one that beats him. I think that guy's just a little bit better in terms of his chest, a little bit fresher and more progressive in terms of his lower body balance. And I like the construction of his hip and how his tailhead sits up in him, yet still opened up in terms of his pin set. But we start to compare him back to the one that beats him out in motion. Don't quite know if that guy uses his shoulder and knee to the same level. And then on top of that, he's just kind of overwhelmed in terms of just mass and power and feature. But man, I think a really, really good looking one to end up in second. And then beyond there, I thought it got particularly close. Young ladies, whether that's going to be third, I think is just really fundamental in his type and kind. He's balanced from the side. He's flexible and comfortable out in motion. Hands-on, he's good in terms of his mass. My biggest nitpick on that guy, I wish we could just make him a little bit fresher, a little bit firmer in terms of that guy's topside spread. And then relative to the two ahead of him, don't quite know if that guy has the extras and pieces just to get around him. Really, really good one to end up in third, though. Then young ladies, whether that's going to be in fourth, I think probably has just the next best pieces in terms of that one's chest width, the length of that one's blade, and just how fresh and hard they got him handling. But at the same time, he's just a little bit too full today, and then that kind of just emphasizes the fact that he isn't perfectly good in terms of his top line balance. If we could fix that guy up in terms of his fill and his top line, he could definitely move up a couple spots. But man, a really good project to end up in fourth. And then we got another weather that's kind of just meat and potatoes in his type and kind. He's flexible in motion. Love that guy in terms of his freshness over the top side of his skeleton. He still balances, but relative to the one that beats him, I don't quite know if there's as much goat there. He's a little bit more concave right there to the base of his forerib, just not nearly as much power. But man, awesome class. Let's put our hands together for him.
Coming from Class 6, your 5th place, Ellie Scott. Your 4th place, Drew King. Your 3rd place, Riley Richens. Your 2nd place, Ella Thompson. And your class winner, Kate Schaefer.
JD Truck Repair in Tremonton offers truck and trailer repair services, including new and used tires and mobile service.
Kent's is your one-stop shop for fresh produce, bakery items, deli, and meat. Stop by today for fast, friendly service.
At Lear Custom Cabinets, we believe your home deserves more than ordinary. We build handcrafted, custom cabinetry designed specifically for your space, your style, and the way you live. From timeless kitchens to one-of-a-kind built-ins, every detail is made with the highest quality and craftsmanship in mind. Lear Custom Cabinets. Quality, fit,
Well, we got into the middle division back out here, and I thought the deepest division thus far in terms of just quality top to bottom. I think that these 6 individuals out here are doing a bang-up good job getting these things presented. I do think that when we get them back out and start comparing just class winners back and forth, there is one that just kind of sticks out in my mind in terms of doing the right kind of power and proportions with a more than comfortable enough skeleton. And then beyond that, I think it gets particularly close between a pair of them. One of them probably just a little bit bulkier and denser in the way that one's put together. And then there's probably one that's just a little bit, blends just a little bit smoother and more seamless in their type and kind. And then I'll go ahead and show you where my mind's at. And then I'll just pick them from grand all the way down through 6th. But let's go ahead and give these kiddos a big old round of applause.
For over 15 years, King Farms Trucking has focused on developing lanes that provide excellent service to their customers, as well as providing their drivers with maximum pay, home time, and year-round consistency. Join their team today.
Monica Clevenger is a locally licensed realtor and notary public. She's passionate about helping people navigate the real estate market. As a longtime resident, she understands the unique charm and opportunities Box Elder County offers. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, her goal is to make your real estate experience smooth and enjoyable.
Class 7 consists of Wyatt Brown, Austin Miner, Briley Howe, Haven Rhodes, Joshua Peterson, Hayes Porritt, Oakley Lyon, Wiley Baxter, Parker Miner, Marshall Harris, Kendall Christensen, Lincoln Schaefer, Harley Euler, Molly Pendlebury, Braylee Pendlebury, and Lily Jacobson.
one of the higher quality classes just from top to bottom. There's some over here that didn't make the top 5 that I thought definitely could have in just some previous classes, but this young lady's paint neck goat just went ahead and won and did it rather routinely in my opinion. He's not the best in terms of his neck attachment and shoulder, but man, outside of that, I love just the texture of that guy's rib cage and how much true spread and freshness he has out of the backside of his blade. He's got my absolute favorite, just hip and hind leg equipped on him. That allows him to get out and just maintain his balance. So high quality in motion. I think a really, really good one to go ahead and win. Still lots and lots of good built into this blonde-headed wether here in second. One that I like in terms of his lower body balance and just progression back into his flank. He's probably got my favorite rib cage in terms of just bulkiness right there to his forerib while still keeping it fresh up high. The biggest difference between them is out in motion. I'd like to dial this guy back just a little bit in terms of his shoulder and knee, and then I make him just a little less awkward in the way he utilizes his hip and hind leg. But man, when that young man gets him stuck, I think an awfully neat critter to end up in second. And I thought lots of unique pieces in this wether in third. I like this guy's neck attachment and length of blade. Another one who's really modern and progressive in terms of his lower body balance. We start to dissect that guy's spine, and I wish it was just a little bit smoother from his transition of the front side of his hip into the heel of his loin, because we just start to disrupt there, and then from there it just kind of throws off his look of balance and appeal. But man, a really, really good one to end up in third. Probably my favorite built here in fourth. I love this guy's just flexibility and comfortability out in motion. When the young lady gets him put together, young man gets him put together, one that I like in terms of that one's design and proportionality relative to the 3 that beat him. I wish that guy was just opened up in terms of his rib cage. Wish that guy was just a little bit harder and fresher to his edges. But man, a really, really high quality critter there in fourth. Really fundamental wether here in fifth, opened up and powerful, still flexible and proportional relative to the 4 that beat him. Don't quite know if that guy's or electric from the side. Really high quality set though. Let's put our hands together for him.
Coming from Class 7, our 5th place, we have Hayes Porritt. Our 4th place, we have Wyatt Brown. Our 3rd place, we have Briley Howe. Our 2nd place, we have Parker Miner. And your class winner, Haven Rhodes.
By installing Ritchie waterers, you save water while keeping it fresh and always available to your animals. You protect the land by keeping natural water clean and soil healthy. And you conserve power because they're energy efficient. We're committed to helping you create a prosperous, sustainable, and regenerative future. Because we know, like you know, that every saved drop matters. Ritchie, fresh water for life.
Northern Utah Ag, from field to finish. Equipment and service solutions that fuel your passion.
I apologize for taking just a little bit extra time, but I really wanted to just get this class right because I think there's so many different moving parts and pieces, and you can certainly rearrange this, and I won't argue with you, but I'm just the most comfortable with this young lady's weather out front. Aesthetically, I'd like to just change the shape of his skull, make him just a little bit neater in his chest, and then strengthen him on his rear pasterns. But outside of that, guy puts together the right kind of proportions and balance. Handle-wise, he's massive out of the backside of his shoulder, and then out in motion, probably my favorite in terms of just keeping his skeleton organized, keeping himself comfortable. I think an awfully nice one to go ahead and win. And then I thought the young lady's black shouldered one in second is probably my favorite in terms of just look and proportion from the side. He's definitely got my favorite pieces in terms of neck attachment, length of blade, and lower body balance. But past that, I wish we could open that guy up in terms of his pin set, make him just a little bit less awkward in the way he gets out and utilizes his rear skeleton. But like I mentioned, just from a proportions and balance standpoint, that guy probably is my favorite. I think a nice project to end up in second. Really fundamental weather here in third. He's opened up and muscular, still flexible when he gets out in motion, just relative to the two ahead of him. Just from a composition standpoint, this guy's got just a little bit more on him in terms of his bark and his finish. I'd like to just tone him back a little bit. And then on top of that, I would like to make him just a little bit neater in terms of his front third, but a nice fundamental one to end up in third there. And then this young lady's weather in fourth is certainly my favorite. When I put my hands on him, I love how square and massive he is in terms of his shape out of the backside of his shoulder. That guy's opened up in terms of his chest, still big in his forearm and his feature. Just from a skeletal standpoint, I wish that guy was just a little bit more organized. He's a little bit tighter in terms of his shoulder, a little bit tighter in terms of his spine, and then we're just awkward in the way we get out and utilize our skeleton. But man, in terms of just handle quality, really, really good from that standpoint. And the young man that's going to round out the class is starting to run into some trouble, but when he gets that weather put together, one that I like in terms of balance and silhouette from the side, another one that I like in terms of handle, just relative to the other ones. I wish that guy was a little bit more opened up in terms of his chest, came just a little bit more powerful, but a high quality class. Let's put our hands together for him.
Coming out of Class 8, our top 5 in 5th place, we have Knox Lundgren. In 4th place, we have Dottie Wolverton. In 3rd place, we have Hadley Udy. In 2nd place, we have Maylee Morris. And your class winner, JC Thompson.
Pizza Plus, made from scratch. Quality pizza, famous for their breadsticks.
At Roach Financial Group, take advantage of our Salt Lake City, Utah, and our Tremont, Utah offices. Locally in Tremont, Utah, we have Julie Holmes as our client management specialist. We have Riley Summers as our investment management specialist. And Chrissy Roach as our life, health, and Medicare specialist. When you're with Roach Financial Group, you're with the Cowboys.
Rudd Funeral Home is a locally owned family-operated business. Joe Rudd and his family, as well as their devoted staff, are committed to providing you with the best service possible during a difficult time. Their beautiful facilities have all the necessary amenities. A large viewing room can also double as a smaller, more intimate funeral chapel. The chapel is even equipped with streaming capabilities to make sure family and friends are connected no matter how far they may. Rock and Roll Construction Products, providing U-Cart concrete and landscaping products.
Well, another fun set to sort because I thought there was lots of different parts and pieces, and you could kind of rearrange the top five, but the young ladies' weather out front was always going to win, in my opinion. I think it's the best combination in terms of just look and proportions from the side, being modern and progressive in that one's lower body balance. Really good in just the set and posture to that one's hip and hind leg. And then from a muscle standpoint, that one comes with enough, but like I mentioned, mainly out in motion. That thing's just skeletal organization and quality from the side is what ends up letting him go ahead and win this class. I think a really good one. But the one in second is probably my favorite out in motion in terms of just comfortability of angles, keeping that thing's just skeleton put together, and then she gets him stuck. And the one that I still like in terms of extension, neat in terms of that one's neck attachment, just relative to the ones on either side of him. I'd like to open that guy up, make him just a little bit crisper to his edges, but a neat looking, good built goat to end up in second. Young man's goat in third is one that I like in terms of chest width, power, and forearm. Really bold and progressive in terms of that one's shape back from its shoulder back into his hip. But you step off to the side of that goat, maybe just a couple balance pieces. I like to make that guy just a little bit neater in terms of his chest, and then rearrange just the way he's designed out of his rear skeleton ever so slightly, but a really, really powerful one to end up in third. Young lady's weather that's in fourth, starting to give her some fits, but one that I like in terms of that one's body shape and freshness up high, still opened up in terms of that one's chest, but again, in terms of just balance and design, I'd like to make that one just a little bit blend just a little bit blend just a little bit more seamless, make that one's lines just a little bit more continuity, but a nice handling one to end up in fourth. Really mean potatoes kind of goat here in fifth, good build and still opened up, just from a composition standpoint. Like to tone that one back just a little bit, starting to work some bark over our forerib, but a really high quality class. Let's put our hands together for them.
Come out of Class 9, your 5th place, Wesley Peterson. Your 4th place, Lacey John. Your 3rd place, Hunter Baldwin. Your 2nd place, Emmy Howe. And your class winner, Madison Branch.
Rupp Trucking Excavating is a family-owned and operated construction business specializing in site prep and site utilities. Brothers Blaine and Brent Rupp have spent the last 45 years priding themselves on a project well done. What began small has turned into a company of over 70 employees and includes work such as demolition, sewer and water installation, earthwork, septic systems, and waste containers. Rupp's operates several gravel pits and offers both delivery and pickup. Contact Rupp's for your construction needs.
Out here, a handshake means something. You show up. You do the job right. And when you give your word, you keep it. We don't think that's old-fashioned. We think that's good business. Skinner Excavating.
Golden Spike Power Sports is still family owned and operated, serving the Bear River community since 1947. We're here to take care of all your power sport needs, located right on Main Street. Come and check us out and experience the difference.
fun class to sort, and I think the duo up top rose rather quickly just because this late in the game, it's hard to keep them as fresh as this pair is. But with that being said, the young lady's painted up weather's just a little bit more electric from the side. I love that thing's natural head carriage and how neat he is in terms of his neck attachment. He's dead level back into the base of his tail, and then you get on top of that guy. He's got more than enough spread and still freshness out of the backside of his shoulder. Out in motion, I do wish that he just handled his hind leg a little bit differently, but outside of that, I think a really, really neat critter to go ahead and win. But like I mentioned, I still like the goat in second. Comparatively, I do actually prefer the way this one gets out in motion in terms of that one's rear skeleton and just the comfortability there. Young lady's doing an awesome job getting him shown because one that I like still in terms of that one's shape out of the backside of his shoulder, we start to compare him to the one ahead of him. He's just not quite as neat right there at the base of his shoulder or as tucked up right there in terms of his chest. Really, really good one to end up in second. And I think he gets really close between 3, 4, and 5, in my opinion. Young lady's weather, that's going to end up in third. Probably just puts a little bit more good together than the other two. I like that one's extension up front and height of shoulder. Out in motion, that one's more than comfortable enough. Hands on, I like that one's mass. Just wish that we could crisp that one up a little bit in terms of that one's shape, in terms of that one edges, but a nice one to end up in third. Young man's weather, that's going to be in fourth. It's been giving him fits, but he's doing a really good job sticking to it. I really like this one's lower body balance and rib cage. I think really athletic from that standpoint, but relative to the one that beats him, don't quite know if there's as much goat there in terms of just true mass, true power, but a really nice one. Young man's doing a good job sticking with him. And then the young lady that's going to round out the top 5, I apologize, probably just my favorite in terms of just true skeletal quality, in terms of just balance out in motion. That guy's got more than enough just freshness of shape behind his shoulder. We start to compare him back to the 4 that beats him just from a mass and a power standpoint. That guy just really can't compete. But man, an awesome class. Let's put our hands together for him.
Out of Class 10, your 5th place, Remy K. Your 4th place, Ike Howe. Your 3rd place, Kimmy King. Your class winner, Claire Schaefer.
Golden Spike Power Sports is still family owned and operated, serving the Bear River community since 1947. We're here to take care of all your power sport needs, located right on Main Street. Come and check us out and experience the difference.
For over 25 years, Staten Quality Construction has built custom homes that stand apart. Since 1999, our specialty hasn't just been building homes, it's been solving the hard problems. Extreme locations, intricate architecture, and unique terrain are where our craftsmanship truly shines. We take on the projects others hesitate to touch, delivering uncompromised quality every step of the way. Ready to build your dream home? Build with Staten Quality Construction. Proven experience for your most challenging builds.
Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm a first-generation student with a passion for the outdoors and a dream of becoming an agriculture education teacher. I chose Utah State University because it gives me the flexibility to earn my degree, stay close to home, and do it all at an affordable cost. USU Tremonton has an incredible faculty and staff who support and help me throughout my college journey. I'm proud to be an Aggie right here in my community while getting a world-class
Well, as we bring our first and seconds back out for the heavyweight division, we had an extra class, but I don't think the quality deviated at all. I'll be honest, there's a pair of them who just hit me a little bit harder, and they're type in kind. No, they don't resemble each other, but there's one of them that's probably just a little bit bulkier in terms of that one's chest shot and forearm, and then on top of that, probably just a little bit better in terms of our handle, and then the way our rear skeleton is designed. But then there's another one that's probably just a little bit neater in terms of that one's neck attachment, just front end assembly. With that being said, I'll go ahead and show you how I made my mind up. I'll go grand and then all the way back down through 8. But let's go ahead and give these kiddos a big round of applause.
We deeply appreciate your participation in this week's county fair and rodeo. Your presence adds to the vibrancy of our community. Thank you for visiting Tremonton and being a part of our journey.
Great fields and pastures start with quality seed. Utah Seed has been locally owned and operated for 26 years. We specialize in custom mixes, alfalfa, pasture grass, cover crops, turf grass, and more. Give us a call or stop by today to discuss your seed needs.
In the Valley, hard work isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. That's why folks trust Valley Implement to keep things running strong. We carry trusted names like Case IH, Coyote, and Bobcat, brands built to work as hard as you do. Whether you're moving dirt, cutting hay, or working the land, we've got you covered.
At Valley Implement, we're grateful for this opportunity, and it's our privilege to support the youth of Box Elder County.
A little over 10,000 years ago, mankind first domesticated cattle. At this exact same time, cattle domesticated us. They give us their milk, their meat, their hides. We give them sustenance and care. And while they may live in pens and fields, farmers and ranchers are just as tied to the land. Our two species have worked together and taken...
This is the champion and reserve champion from our 3 divisions. Coming from the lightweight division, we have McCall Mackey and Lucy Ray Schaefer. Coming from the middleweight division, we have Kate Schaefer and Sawyer Mackey. Coming from the heavyweight division, we have Haven Rhodes and Claire Schaefer.
as we get our six division goats back out here, man, I think just in terms of quality, I am blown away, and just top to bottom, each division, each class, I think has been awfully good. Obviously, if you start to look out here, you can kind of see what I'm looking for in terms of their type and kind. I obviously like them chunky and powerful, but I still like them to match it with a high quality look, and then out in motion. If they can hold their balance together, I'm A-okay with it. I do think that it comes down to just a pair of them. In my opinion, there's probably two of them that just hit me a little bit harder in their type and kind in terms of just the right kind of chest width, body shape, and power, and then they still pair it with the right kind of look. There's one of them that's probably just a little bit better built in terms of just flexibility and continuity of lines, and then there's another one that's probably just a little bit fresher when you put your hands on them, a little bit fluffier there. But man, like I said, I think you're just incredibly high quality. I'm pleased to get done with this and just this lineup to look like this. I'll set the mic down, go ahead and get your grand in reserve, and I'll keep placing them from there on. But let's go ahead and give these kiddos a huge round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, from our overall champion drive here at the Mark and Goat Show today, in 6th we have Claire Schaefer. In 5th we have Sawyer Mackey. In 4th, Haven Rhodes. Your 3rd place, Lucy Schaefer. Your overall reserve champion, McCall Mackey. And your grand champion, Kate Schaefer. Thanks.
Roach Ranches supports the people that support them and the fantastic youth of the Valley. Thank you for over 60 years in business, quality seed stocking, gravel, and hunting.
Golden Spike Power Sports is still family owned and operated, serving the Bear River community since 1947. We're here to take care of all your power sport needs, located right on Main Street. Come and check us out and experience the difference.
Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm a first-generation student with a passion for the outdoors and a dream of becoming an agriculture education teacher. I chose Utah State University because it gives me the flexibility to earn my degree, stay close to home, and do it all at an affordable cost. USU Tremonton has an incredible faculty and staff who support and help me throughout my college journey. I'm proud to be an Aggie right here in my community while getting a world-class education.